Hey, what's happening? This is Jerry here with Wealth Dynamics. Thank you for tuning in today. I want to talk to you today about what your first investment should be. Now, the reason I want to share this is because my goal is to help you build wealth. And in order to do that, you do need to invest. And it's a very exciting thing to be able to invest if you do it correctly. Okay, so I talk to clients a lot about, all right, so we're building up our income, we're setting aside money, we're gonna go do an investment. What does it look like? What should I invest in? And you would be amazed at all of the options that I hear people list off. Foreclosures, REOs, tax deeds, single family turnkey properties, government subsidized fourplexes. You would be just like wholesaling, you name it, I've talked to people about it. Now, I wanna preface this with, when you're making your first investment, there is only one thing that matters: cash flow. You're not concerned about taxes at this point because you're not making enough money to be concerned about taxes, and you can go write those off anywhere. It doesn't need to be attached to your investment. You're definitely not concerned about appreciation. You're not concerned about debt pay down. You need one thing, which is more revenue, more income. Any investment that does not provide more income is not something you need to be looking at right now. So here's what I'm a fan of. This is what I invest in. This is what I recommend you start with if you're brand new. Get $50K put away and pool that with somebody that knows what they're doing on an investment deal and invest with them. My favorite way to do this is through private lending on income producing assets. So an example of this, I have a client yesterday, about 2 days ago, we talked about investments. He's got some money, and so we said, hey, we're gonna get your money in a lending position on a deal. That deal is gonna pay cash flow back to you as the mortgage. Okay, basically you're gonna be the bank, you're gonna lend the deal the money, the deal is gonna pay you the interest. You don't have to manage people, you don't have to worry about tenants, property, any of that stuff. You just get paid every month. Okay, that's all. Now, this is why you need an investment like that. Whether you do lending, whether you do a syndication, whether you do card-owned capital, whatever you do, you need to be focused on, am I making cash flow, and is this efficient with my time? Because if you're trying to build up income, your first investment's not gonna help you get wealthy. You might make $400 a month in cash flow off your first deal with $50K, maybe, and that's not going to make you wealthy. So if you're concerned about debt pay down and you know, all the taxes and depreciation and all these cool little bells and whistles, like at the end of the day, that doesn't actually do anything. It's about how many dollars did you put in and how many dollars came back out the other end in passive income. That's it. Okay, so if you're doing your first investment deal, I recommend private lending. I like looking at how can I become a bank. I'm going to lend to a property. That property produces income. Therefore, it's going to pay me my interest. When the toilet breaks, the tenants would have no reason to call me because I'm not even the owner. I'm the bank. Think about with your mortgage. When stuff breaks at your house, does the bank show up? No. Whether or not you like your house, you still have to pay them. They win. Why do you think banks are in the business of lending money to properties rather than purchasing properties? They own the real estate that they do their business in, but they rent out their money to other people to have them buy and put mortgages and other things on it and pay the bank the passive income so the bank can keep doing what it does best, which is running a business. Okay, guys, that's how you need to be thinking about this. So what I want to do real quick, I'm going to throw an article down for you to read on this topic. What I want to have you avoid is anything that requires your time. Okay, I want to have an avoidance of like your time being used up by tenants, by having to sell a property, by having to flip it, by having to do construction, by having to fix things, by having to rehab, by having to do any of that stuff where you just stick the money in, it produces, and you go back to do the thing that helped you produce the money in the first place. That's what you should be focused on. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time.